It's Kimmy and Desi and Cam. Just call us KDK, we be lit every day. You might as well go and follow the gram. We drop every week, so you better subscribe. Since you here, you might as well leave a like. This is our video, go make some cereal, kick back and tune into our lives.
I missed it, what happened?
Which race has the lowest marriage rate? African Americans.
How many
And
tops
they're
is
not
it?
gonna like this one. Today, around 70% of black children are born to parents who aren't married.
I wonder why.
7 out of 10. Including myself. And you. And you.
I hate it. I was like,
Yeah.
so majority. I feel like.
Dang.
I wonder why. What up, GANGSTAS? Hey, I'm back.
Oh my god, special guest.
Okay.
Is that the door for this beach?
Sassy underscore y'all.
Are you sassy?
Are you?
January 1st of 2023.
New Year.
I didn't get to say my name.
Oh,
It's Kimberly Alicia. Alright.
girl, you running.
And it's episode 8.
Question mark.
Yeah, no, for real.
Don't know what episode this is. We'll see. I'm their #1 fan, by the way. Y'all are not. Anyway,
Jabari's gonna bite you on that.
Yeah,
Jabari's gonna bite you on that. Can you sign my cheese, please? I gotta put that clip in.
Yeah, please.
Oh my gosh, people get it.
It's $100.
No, can you sign my cheese?
Yeah, like you said, it's the beginning of 2023. Do you have any announcements?
we got coming up. It's like, oh,
The fucking
L.
We have Yana back as a guest. We were gonna do the Christmas edition, but clearly we're behind on everything.
That's
So,
okay.
It's okay. She's here. She's leaving.
That's all that
soon,
matters.
Very soon.
But we just been out.
yeah, we
Partying. I got a and lost a
Whoa. I have to say.
I am transitioning. The secret.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, but I pop out
Not
very
me though,
soon.
y'all be safe.
Don't pop out coming soon. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so remember we don't have the last decision because it fell in what cat shit.
Right.
So we have to get another
Siri
one.
flip a coin.
And so yeah, we're gonna use Siri.
Oh, I have a wheel.
Oh, she has a
Ooh,
wheel. Problem
so-
solved.
Wheel of Wonder. That's what I'm saying.
The question that we're doing is number 3 first.
Okay. Why have we become so comfortable with women being the sole parent in society? Why have we become so comfortable? Ladies?
Well, okay. There's 2 reasons. Why are you texting me? No. One, because of which I'm part of I can do it myself. Like, the independence that comes with it. I feel like with men, when it comes to issues, when a woman brings an issue up to them, I feel like it's polar from whatever else they were just doing. And it's hard for them to find a middle ground or ease their way into the middle ground. Like when you tell a man to shut up or like please like be quiet, they don't ever talk again. Like I can't express myself and this and that. Or I'm a man. Yes, like that. I don't know. I feel like just men are dramatic in other ways than they think, and that's one of them. I feel like when you want something done a certain way, or you would want them to handle it this way, man. Well, okay, you can do it yourself.
Well, there's temper tantrum.
So I feel like, but I do think that when it comes to the independence of women, because we're just trying to prove that we don't need it. We don't. That it comes off as a general. It's like universal.
Okay.
So that's why men have like pulled back and like it's normalized for it to be like that. Specifically, black women, we've been carrying the baggage for black men. So I feel like when it comes to black women caring for the family or caring for the children or anything like that in relationships, they don't understand that just because she can do it doesn't mean she wants to do it.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is kind of weird that this kind of goes this. I was like scrolling on TikTok and I forgot the guy's name, but he started talking about how men and women, like their brains are like, it's different. So it's more of a compromising thing and nobody wants to compromise.
Interesting. Okay.
Because if I'm saying I'm having a bad day, I don't want to be talked to, you have two options. You can leave me alone. Maybe you don't know if I'm going through something or not. You're not checking up. You say, okay. She said leave her alone, but leave her alone. And there's a difference between, okay, I'm gonna give you your time, but later on, do you want to talk about what happened?
You said lack of emotional intelligence?
Okay. It's really that easy. I don't know how we just don't compromise, at all. It's literally a counterbalance. You're not, receiving and giving. Two things. Very simple. But we just have that pattern.
And I think that kind of also plays into the fact that women's brains do work more emotionally than men. Because men they tend to want to solve the problem right then and there.
Most of the time, it's ego-driven too.
Oh, yeah,
ego-driven. You have to get past your ego. Lauren London said that. You overcome your ego.
That's when you really learn love. Yes, I agree. But I think the biggest thing for all women of color, white women, being single parents, is the weaponized incompetence that men hang their hat on. They act like they can't wash dishes, fold laundry properly, boil some damn spaghetti noodles, pick up after themselves.
Because I'm not your mom.
They can't do. I literally will help. So once again, still working in a pharmacy.
Clearly,
wives will call for their husbands and literally just say to me, "Oh yeah, well I deal with all this stuff, so he needs to love." You deal with his medications to help him live. Now, are you his nurse? There's a difference between being a wife and being a caretaker. And this goes into not being into the single parent household that we're talking about, not being a wife. They automatically assume that women are supposed to handle everything that includes my kids. No, it doesn't. Nobody said that you didn't have to take care of what you made.
I mean it. Especially if I'm carrying it. Oh, you're struggling with me. You're not going out to a party. You're gonna sit here with me, and I'm gonna sit here and cry, and you're gonna hold me. That's what's gonna happen. Cause why would I want to be by myself in this thing that we just made together?
And now I'm uncomfortable. I'm getting large. I have to push a 10-pound motherfucker out my.
On top of that, a lot of single parents, they don't like you said, they don't have that person there. So they're just living their lives.
Right.
Their lives continue, which I also think men don't realize. That when they get somebody pregnant, their life doesn't stop. They're not carrying the baby. They're not going through the hormones. They're not going to the appointments or the physical changes in your body, the way your mind works postpartum. They don't go through that. Their life can still continue. They can do whatever they want after that.
I am gonna fight you on that. They do know, because a lot of men do that on purpose.
That is so cool,
but I feel like you should.
Too bad low.
Because of jealousy. Y'all dead be jealous of women that have something going for themselves. Women that are shaped right. Women that are cute, beautiful, pretty, whatever you want to call them. Women that have the status that you want. Women who make more money than you. Now all of a sudden you want to stay at home. You want to provide and want to stay at home mom. Sir, you make $50,000 less than me. Who?
That is a stretch.
That, but it be those men that purposefully impregnate women to sit them down.
Make everything stop.
We love the trap.
They can have dreams. They have goals. They have a whole. This is what I want to do. A, B, and then this is how. Okay, I agree with you now because how they get them, they use our emotion. We're emotional creatures. I got back He will be great. Yeah, he cheated, but we're gonna have to be really fine.
We love the manifestation.
Oh my god.
But you can't But that's also bad. Like, why do y'all use our feelings like that? Y'all know we're emotional creatures. Y'all just...
Because they're mad. You're actually mad. How are you that pressed to put a human on the planet to prove your point to me? Like, I don't know. I just think it all goes into all of it. Goes into all of it, like victim blaming. Why the? When did that become a thing? First of all, whose idea was that? Like, why? I have been wronged, and it is my fault. In what any other situation involving, let's say, 2 women or 2 men, who's gonna say that? From the victim to the assailant, who's gonna say that? In no other situation than from male to woman.
That is true.
I'm just saying. So, society has created this, like, we need to take responsibility.
But then get mad when the child support comes. Now,
Then
You just want my money.
you just want my money.
I'm not giving you.
Now, I'm not going to say all women use child support the right way.
No.
Because they don't. But you're not taking care of nothing that. Because a lot of people say, I don't even want your money.
Literally.
I don't want it. Like, that's not going to help me. Especially the ones that really, they don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need your money. Why am I going to take you to child support? And you can't have nothing to offer me or my child. Like, no. You're like, that, and that makes it so sad though. Because people really like, that's not mine. Take a DNA test. They find out that they still don't believe it. Like, nigga, DNA
No,
is on
it's
this
not they
fucking
don't believe it. It's that they don't want the responsibility.
paper. They don't do it.
What you mean? What do you mean don't do it? I'm a man. It's my right to sex. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. So I can agree though, it does take 2, for sure, with consent. You were having unprotected sex, you know the outcome of anything. So if you haven't, I feel like you should have that talk about, if this was to happen, what is the outcome of this?
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna keep it?
Mm-hmm.
I need to know, cause some women and men, they will be like, they'll have, the woman's pregnant and the woman says, I don't want this.
Mhm.
But the guy wants it. So what you, and vice versa.
This is why I think legality should be in situations like that. It should say on paper, the male figure wants the child, the female figure does not want the child. If they should be, it's like a prenup. You should sign an agreement that when I give birth to this kid, you're responsible for it because you want it. If we're gonna try to make it as equal as possible, especially now, like, bring legality into it.
With relationships, like we're thinking of, like, you know, like I said, the man doesn't want it, or somebody doesn't want the kid, but they're, you know, separated. There's people that are married and they're married, but they're single parents. Present deadbeats, you know, if you will.
That's why.
20 years.
But even if you know they want to get married and all this other stuff, it's just like when you're not putting in the work for that child, like, and it's not even worse. I don't think it's worse when you're present and not providing. I just feel like you just see the bull. Like,
Yeah, it creates a different issue.
it creates
Yeah.
lack of respect. You grow up faster. Feeling like you can't. Feeling like you don't have help.
Taking care of children that aren't yours.
Taking care of children that aren't yours. Like, seeing the dynamic of the world is completely different once you see a present deadbeat. So,
It's true. Damn.
yeah, it's just different. Because before, like, if you have your parents not there, not providing or whatever, it's like all you have in your head is wonder and like the fantasy of what it could be. When you have it in front of you, it's just like, this is not what it's supposed to be. Then you're conflicted with what it's like, how life should be, and then trying to
What stuff actually is.
Yeah, it's just always offensive. You know, always trying to provide for yourself. And just
That's so emotionally draining.
very.
That's so emotionally draining. Oh, snap. I'm about to get real in here.
Question number.
This one. Did we do a disclaimer?
Yeah. Warning. You could possibly be triggered by this topic.
These are our opinions. Take them if you want them. If you don't, it's okay.
Literally, the way we operate. Would you like to read it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got on my phone now.
Oh.
Transgender people be required to disclose their previous assignment at birth to someone they are dating, and should it be required in other situations?
Kim, I think you should go first.
Oh, me?
This is your topic.
Sorry.
She's crazy. Yeah.
She's crazy. Usually the first thing my mind goes to in a conversation like this is because I've always wanted to have children. I've always wanted to be pregnant. And I've always seen it with my husband, right? Because that's who I am. I believe that I don't think casual dating, I don't think it becomes necessary. Like, let's say it's before any type of sexual thing happens. You should know, it shouldn't be like a requirement or like the socially acceptable thing for you to automatically tell somebody you don't know.
Like, hey, label.
Right. Like, wear it here. Like,
Wear it.
I'm not saying you should do that with everybody. I'm not saying wear that shit on your chest on the street. But if you're going to become more involved with the person, I do think it's necessary to know. One, because you don't, maybe the person that you're messing with, dating, wants something different in life. They just do. Like I said, me, I want to be pregnant. I want to have children with my husband. I also do want to adopt. And I'm not against adopting children at all. But the way I've seen my life is the way I want my life. So I wouldn't marry a transgender man. It just is what it is. If you're a transgender woman and you don't tell a certain type of man that you're transgender, you are at risk for being killed. So it's not even, it doesn't, I feel like at some point you get stuck on the wrong thing. It's not about you. I mean, it is about you right now, but just not about you in the way that you think. It's about saving your life. It's not about, you're forcing me to do that. No, I'm trying to help you live. Because plenty of women get killed. Plenty of women who were born female also get killed for things like saying no, not responding to cat calls, not giving people their number, being followed home a lot. Now on top of that,
let me talk to you.
You were here.
Oh no.
Okay, let's be honest. Women are way more accepting of the things that are going on in the world than men are.
Duh.
So you throw that on top of a certain type of man, let's say he's a very cultural, traditional, religious man.
By the book, man. By the book.
And his ass is large. You might get fought. Because, they like to be uneducated. Once again, weaponize incompetence. They want to stay uneducated about the topic. Oh, so you're a man. We're not even going to get into the men that know they're gay and don't admit it. So,
my thing is, I feel like it's going to come out either way. Let's just say you've been messing with this person for a while. You meet their family. Where you're how some families have like their baby pictures all over the place. And they're like, oh, so let me see yours. And you have not told them. There you go. You're going to make excuses, or you're just going to tell them the truth. And your excuses are only going to go for so long. So it's either, I just feel like it's either you tell them, or it's going to come out. Ready?
Yes, I do believe you should tell them. For some people, they would look at it as them outing themselves, and them they feel like they don't have to express themselves with somebody because that's just them. That's like us trying to be like, oh, I'm black. Let me let you know I'm black. Like that's to them. That's a part of them, their identity, which is. But like you said, like both of y'all said, like when it comes to like family or you wanting to have kids or anything like that, like that's something you have to bring up, especially if you want to have, your partner wants to have them. So I was looking at it in the like legality aspect. When it comes to the like socially, very accepting. Live your truth. I just feel like when it comes to, like I said, like criminal stuff or comes to anything above you, like involving somebody else or like legality, like I said, then I feel like you should, like you have to. Your safety's in there. Someone else's
respect.
Yeah, it's just a lot that goes into there. There's a woman, a transgender woman, in the woman's cell, and she got someone pregnant, like something like that. How do you explain that to somebody, like especially someone that's not willing to understand?
Yeah.
Like how do you explain it to somebody?
Like you put a man in a woman's jail.
Exactly. Like,
no.
And on top of that, some people think, like when it comes to transitioning, they think they have to do the surgery for it. There's some people that just, I just want to, change the way they dress, how they live their lives, things like that, and to change their pronouns. And then there's some people that can't afford it. There's some people that just don't even want to do the surgery at all. But then that's where the confusion comes from I guess, straight people or people just not in the community. They're just like, oh, well, you're not a man. You're not a woman.
Especially when they're like teenagers.
Especially
when they feel like who they are and they can't have all the surgeries and all the stuff like that. So they literally just have to like live in it, I guess.
Well, this is the thing. I'm not letting my kid fully transition until their body has to develop. I'm not gonna lie
with her.
Yeah, I'm not letting.
My body didn't need. I don't even. Once again, I'm pretty sure I've said this before. I don't even believe I'm putting 14-year-old girls on birth control.
Exactly.
Because you're not developed. I did not stop growing until I got to college. And that's when I started taking birth control.
I mean, I don't know. To counterfeit, but I'm also like deeply in the middle because of the fact, like, I get why. That's a good reason to like why. But then it's also,
I'm not supporting my child.
That's what it's also going to sound like. And it's like, because some people are like that. They'll be like, okay, you can wear the clothes, you can wear the hair, but I still want a grandchild. So I'm like, I'm stuck. That actually has me stuck because you really have to like I don't know. And honestly, you have to like also look at it in the sense like of someone that is a moderate family versus like rich kids. I forgot. I don't even know her name, but who is the guy that is married to Gabrielle?
I know what you're talking. That's why I said that.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is her name Zuri? I think
Zuri.
Right? I don't know. I don't know what I think her name is Zuri, but I don't really know much about the story. But I don't know if did she ever get? I know they let her dress as who she is, but I don't know if she went through the.
I think they did go through with it. I think it was just a lot of the media being like, "Oh, you're a bad parent." This is they made it seem like they were
doing it for publicity.
Really? I think they try to. There's some people that I've seen. They're trying to make it seem like this is abuse. I was like,
what?
I don't know.
But those people are just ignorant. Like you're just saying anything. Like literally, be quiet.
I would never say a parent was wrong for letting them transition. I would never say that. It's just, I know, like, biologically, they're just not developed all the way. I'm not saying they're crazy in the head for, you can't be transgender. I'm not taking it in that aspect. I'm saying in the growth aspect. That's all. Like, I don't think I would let my child, I don't think I would do that. I would let my kid live their truth. Like I said, we will be very open parents, very accepting parents. And I'm not saying them trying to transition is wrong. I'm just saying that your body's not fully developed.
So you're saying, just to clarify, so are y'all saying like y'all rather wait until they are fully developed and to go, okay.
At least 18.
At least 18, yes.
Okay. In my opinion, 21 or 25, because that's when you actually stop developing.
Yeah. But I'm not saying that I'm against them transitioning. It's just right then and there, like your body, I've seen videos of people regretting it.
Yeah.
That's just their mental.
And people try to pretend like that's not a thing. It is.
There's people that they let their child transition before puberty, and their body up
Yeah.
completely. So I was just like, yeah, no, I don't think I can do that.
I think this.
And when are like when there's little boys and like, oh, you know, I'm gay. He's like, well, how do you know? When you were a kid, you knew you like girls, right? Like you like there's some things you just know.
Conversation with somebody, and I said, well, didn't you know that you liked girls when you were young? Because I remember when I was like 4 or 5 with my little boyfriend, okay? I knew I liked boys. He said, but that's not natural. I said, stop right here. Let me stop you right there. I said, I know you grew up different. I know that shit is not okay in your house. I know you got beat for certain stuff, okay?
Are we talking about wait, what's it? Cricket?
Straight talk.
Straight talk. Straight talk.
Straight talk. Yeah. Like, down to the, he can't like hold his hands a certain way because it looks gay. Like down to that. They are so anti. So I get that that's kind of how you think, but our natural might be the child's not natural. Like that might not be their natural. It just is what it is. But even if like, okay, your son, right? Oh, mommy, I want to wear makeup like you do. That doesn't mean he wants to be a girl. There are plenty of straight makeup artists that are male. Straight nail techs that are male because they like to be creative. It could be about art.
Even
and look at you,
or straight guys doing hair.
Like, even when your kids, when you be wearing your mom's heels and shit.
Yeah.
You're like,
mommy, I want to be tall like you. And then put on your heels. That's gay. No. He said he wanted to be tall like me. Like,
that's like also like with girls that like doing cars, that like boxing. Like I used to be an MMA girl. I loved MMA. I did not.
Please don't get me started.
Like I didn't see like, yes, is it male dominant? Yes, yeah. But I liked it. Like that's what I enjoy doing for myself. That doesn't mean that I like the same sex. It just means that I just like what I like. I don't know if they just think like once you...
They're very simple-minded.
Simple-minded, yes. That is agreed.
Sometimes I understand people's arguments. In the case of what we were talking about earlier with when transgender people want to compare their struggles, typically it's transgender women want to compare their struggles to other women. And other women are like, no, you don't know what it's like to grow up as a little girl and grow up as a woman and go through what we went through, so you can't compare. And they take it as, you're not a real woman. That's not what I said. That's what I said. I said you don't understand. You're never gonna understand what it was to grow up like being a sexualized, demonized woman.
And what's another comparison?
Black
and white.
Oh, okay. I was like, white people. I'm talking about, well, I have a black. I don't care what black you have. I don't even care if you're black and you're white past it. That too. I don't care. Because once again, I told you, them white women ride for their kids. They ride for those mixed children. But still clutch their purses around strange black men.
That whole debate of what is a woman to you goes so left.
So left. The only thing I'm gonna disagree with is transgender women who were assigned male at birth trying to get uterine transplants to have children. That's the only thing I'm gonna disagree with, because it's not safe. And the amount of hormone it takes to be able to do something like that, and the fact that genetically and biologically, the way you were born, your hips aren't meant to spread that way, is dangerous for you and this hypothetical child. Because they started trying to do that.
Because yeah, people will say, oh, well, you being able to have kids makes you a woman, or you having a vagina makes you a woman.
So, but like with that, so you're saying I'm saying right, cisgender? Is that us?
Yes.
Okay, so if that's the case, if they put it like that, does that mean that cisgender women that can't have kids are not women?
Exactly. And you already know that's how men see women.
Exactly.
Based off of their vaginas. That's the problem. You can't have kids? Oh, I don't want to be with you. Damn. Like, it's like moms telling women with no kids that they don't know what it's like to take care of a child, to do the child.
Please.
Or let's push it even further than that. I raise my siblings. Please, like if it gets into that, it's got the same. It gives the same.
The game weight.
Yeah, gives the same for sure.
I just feel like that whole debate of what is a woman, and then that whole thing just going to trash. I feel like it doesn't go anywhere when it comes. When it really comes down to it. But then, like I said to the girls, I said there's a difference between a woman and womanhood. The whole comparing struggles thing is a part of womanhood. I feel like the sistership that comes with it, even just something simple as, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. Everyone gets up. Everybody gets up. Like, there's things that we've built within each other for safety, or things that we've gone through can relate on. And like Kimmy said, you can't relate to that. But at the same time, I'm not saying you're not a woman. I'm just saying it's different.
The experiences were different.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the wheel. 4.
Does sex equal love? What are you gonna teach your children? Question mark. Sex positivity. Very transparent with my child. I feel like when it comes to when you're taught, I wouldn't have taught this, but when you're taught growing up that, oh, you know, wait for your husband or wait for your boyfriend, wait for this, and that, everything's supposed to be special.
I was taught this.
Are you serious?
I'm dead ass.
Goodness. I just feel like when you're thrown into that narrative of, yeah, your boyfriend, your husband, that's what love is, then when y'all split, or if y'all split, your vision of love is that you're then a fuck boy, fuck girl, or you just hypersexual, or
I got hurt.
You know.
She broke my heart when I was 13.
Yeah, you just like, I don't know. I just feel like, and then, you know, love, what's it called, soul ties are part of it too. So I just feel like when you're taught to just be comfortable with your body and be able to know your worth and pick a right man, then you can. But it shouldn't be like sex equals love. Sex should just be something that's taught safely. I feel like people are more focused on the things to get around sex instead of telling you like what's safe, what's not. They're more focused on like if you were to have the kid, which is, you know, is a problem if you don't want the kid. But
let's skip the STD conversation.
Yeah, like I don't know. They're so worried about who's gonna have the baby and how are we gonna provide for this and that, when you can just prevent it all in general.
Literally,
save the hurt, save the emotions,
save the $400.
Yeah, save the money. Like, and that plays in a lot of stuff of like, I feel like instead of the actual problem, like kind of like the last topic. So with men, like the gender bathroom, like I feel like they're so focused on like the safety part, which is like could be a thing, but instead of focusing on like, oh, I don't know if this should be mixed, you should worry about why there's certain men that go in there. Like, why are you letting rapists still out here? Why are you letting murderers still out here? Like shit like that. Like, try to prevent that issue before, you know.
Man, they don't care about us.
God damn. I don't know, the sex and love thing. If I was, thank God I was not taught that.
Honestly, I would like, if like sex and love, I honestly would teach my kid how my mom teach me. I think she taught me very well about what it was. She didn't say like, she did say, you know, a lot of people wait till marriage, you know, stuff like that. But if you don't wait till marriage, you need to know that you are ready for this. And she told me, okay, if you have sex, she told me the emotion that comes with it, the physical, like how your body reacts after it, how your emotions are at an uproar. So when my first time happened, I was like, I would honestly just teach the same thing. She, like, literally, it was real. She had a real conversation with me. She didn't stir me away from, you know, the STD talk, the pregnancy, but you know, they usually talk about that. Most of they talk about the pregnancy. They really don't talk about STDs and all stuff like that. But she basically taught me like, okay, this is what you want to do. If you feel ready for this, okay. But just know I told you the emotion and the mental, physical, emotional. I told you the aspect of it. So now you have a grasp of what it is. And it's just something like,
That actually pretty much explains exactly how I explained it to my child. But I definitely got hit with the you should wait till marriage. I honestly also think it was because I'm the only girl, and you know, as I got older, the jealousy just started rolling in. So, yeah, it was definitely the wait till marriage. I don't think it was a you need to be in love.
Okay.
Yeah, mine
But
was
wait,
like that
But
either.
wait, yeah, there's no need. You don't need to be focusing on that wait, because even throughout high school, no, you can't have a boyfriend.
She's rapping now. That didn't happen.
She's
She's
up, down, left, right. You ask my dad? Hell yeah. I'm like, I know. I remember. Like, luckily, you know, when I became an adult myself, well, a young adult myself,
Literally.
and realized that that's bull. I made my own decision. I was seeing everybody around me in relationships, heartbroken, lost without the person that they had lost. I don't know, so tee up. Go get a new one.
She's a pimp. I'm sorry. My bad. Ex-pimp.
Thank you.
Ex-pimp. My bad.
Ex-pimp.
Right.
I don't know where the mindset came from, considering, you know, my Christian background, but I saw everybody getting their heart broken, and I was like, this is how y'all be strung out like that?
I'm sorry, everybody getting exposed.
Oh, that's another thing.
That I did not.
That is
I did not want no parts of. That's why to this day, no one can ever say anything about me in high school ever.
In high school?
High school
Hell.
was so bad. The fact that it still happens, but 10 times worse.
You can sue people for that, just so y'all know. If anybody records, posts, shares any intimate photos, videos, whatever of you without your consent, sue them.
Give it to me.
Sue. Did some dumb shit after,
But
but
see, that's why I feel like even so our generation, but even the new ones coming up, it's social media love.
yeah,
This is how it's supposed to be. We're now accepting being toxic. So it's like they think that the person that they have sex with, this is the person I'm supposed to be with. You don't know this man from a kid. Let's be real. You don't know
not a
this man.
can of paint. How old are you?
I was just talking to Karen about this. Like people do not understand what love actually is. The whole thing of
Come
you're
on.
young. I'm not saying that if you're, you know, too young. Well, no, there's some people that's like 13 saying that shit. But I'm just saying, like, you will feel yourself changing and realizing that you love this person. And I feel like when people had the person on a pedestal of like what they should be doing and they're not doing it, but I can change them. Like the potential is crazy. Like, and the I should be with this person is crazy too. Like, and none of this is easy to like get out of. I'm just saying that it's definitely up our generation and what we should be doing and where we should be at when it comes to love.
Another thing is if you watch I love Laura London, by the way. If you watch the interview that she did, and she had on like a tan outfit, she
Angela something.
she started doing her podcast and stuff. She literally talked about her love for Nip and how she like knew, and she said they put aside their ego. I forgot the actual name of it, but it's an ego that we all have, and it's covered by that. I want to be with you forever. This is why I'm holding on to you so tight, and I don't want to let you go. Like type of ego that we all have. She said when you can put that aside,
Like the belonging of someone.
yes,
Like the ownership of somebody.
yes, when you can put that aside. She was just basically saying,
Sorry.
and I hope we're winning. I'm gonna check in a minute, but let's keep it real. People don't accept the bad now.
Hey now.
So they can, because they want you to be, this is my person and he does everything perfect and she does this right and she don't do nothing wrong.
Yeah, but what do you do?
But when you find out her emotional baggage, you don't want it no more. I thought you said you want to be with her forever. It's stuff like that. Like you don't know the person. Everyone's trying to put their relationship on social media. using quotes to, like, social media quotes to be like, okay, I'm living up to that standard. You know what they go through behind closed doors.
Do you know how held high India and Dirk were?
Oh, De'Ara and Ken? Because I thought he was perfect.
I thought they was perfect. What's the name? You know, Easy.
Oh
Easy
my God, they're fucked.
What? When?
No, I'm just saying they're fucked. Like,
No, she's mad because they were friends and then they got into it.
No. I really forgot they were friends.
Oh.
After that, it's just the. First of all, their whole family is on YouTube. Their whole family.
Yeah.
There's one, but did you see that? They're on somebody's podcast expressing, like, I think it was Easy.
The light skinned lady with the green eyes.
sex therapist. Yes! Oh my God, that's when I was like,
that podcast y'all need to go watch.
yeah, need to go watch that.
Cause
Glorifying Blueface Crenshaw.
Yo,
somebody compared them to Chris Brown and Rihanna, and that's
absurd.
no, but that needed to be said.
Oh,
Because they said y'all got on them
to this day.
to this day, and now y'all. I want somebody to love me like Sean.
But like,
Why? No, we're gonna save number 2.
save number 2.
Yeah.
So we're
just gonna do number 5.
The last question is, the way you grew up, parents married, parents not married. You have to probably explain that one.
Yeah. Basically, it was how you view how your life is gonna turn out based off of if your parents were married or not. And usually it differs from male to female
I'll
child.
take the blessings off for this.
Oh, Jesus
My goodness.
You want to start?
No.
Okay.
I have 3 different perspectives because, like she said earlier,
Oh my God, I cannot.
her
Single
mom,
parent and a deceased.
her
dad.
mom, and her mom pretty much she as long as I know your mother, grinding every single day, and then she know how to turn up. But then, yeah, my parents were married for 19 years of my life, and the first 10 were okay.
Cut that part out. Sorry.
Cut the cameras.
Yeah, so I was old enough to start seeing life shift. So yeah.
Like I said, growing up, I never saw myself being with somebody. Like, I just saw me as a kid. As, like, you know, the complete life. You know, it's marriage, kids, money, all that stuff. So I always just saw myself as a kid. I got older. I then got in a relationship. It was my first real relationship, I guess. And I didn't know how to meet in the middle with certain things because I didn't like confrontation. I still don't, but I'm much better at it. I don't like confrontation in a relationship because I feel like I think the extreme of if we have an issue, he's just gonna leave me. I think it's over right now. Or I felt like, I had a people pleasing issue. So if there was an issue, I would just let their solution be the solution instead of us figuring out a solution. And he brought it up to me. He was like, you can say no, or you can, we're not talking about fucking,
No, I know we're not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're talking about and he would say, because my love language was quality time. I don't need you romantically. I don't need them in my skin. I don't. I would like you there, whether it was silent or whatever the case may be. But we were long distance at the time. It's just like 3 hours to relax. What if he wants to be on a game, he wants to be with his guys, whatever, and I always wanted that time to be with me, which is, valid because I was his girlfriend, but at the same time, he is a person outside of us. So, he brought up to me like, oh, I just think that whatever, like, it was basically a conversation about space or like him wanting to do some things outside of us, and I just said okay. I was upset every day after that. But then when he realized like my emotion, like I guess my energy was a little different. He was just, we could have came to the alternative thing. Like it didn't just strictly have to be like what I wanted, which is valid. But that whole conversation, I think because I grew up not having my way, but like not being able to speak up as much, and on top of that, I feel like the unpredictable emotions of parents But then now that I'm older, I assume I have to consider the other person. And I'm very big on compromise instead of sacrifice.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, that's my answer.
I am a lover. I love love. I love it. Really? Believe it or not, I always been a hopeless romantic. Like I love, the princess movies. Like I love romantic movies. I just adored how love was. That was the picture in my head. Even if the picture, if the picture wasn't in my house, I knew that's what I wanted because of the stories. And even though my mom and my dad, they were separated, the way they talked about each other, of still having that love there, I really liked it. So I thought, me personally, I thought history overweighed, like, I would say like finding somebody new. At the time, I said, why would I try to find someone new? But I have all this history with this person, so maybe I can.
Oh, did she?
You just cracked the code. You cracked the code. Oh my god! Because we was just talking about this the other day.
Like 3 years of hell.
Oh my goodness!
My god!
She just cracked the code.
And because I was planned. That's also a thing. It was also planned. It wasn't no, oops. Sorry. No, I was planned. So
beautiful.
I just was like, I thought that was the case. I thought history was being everything. And then also, well, for me, I wasn't speaking up like I should have when it came to my parents. And that goes for both sides. I just held it in. For example, like I would be upset about something my dad said or what my dad did, and she said, tell him how you feel. I'm like, I can't, I don't know how they feel. And that came about as I got older, and me not wanting to talk to him, I had started having an independent, I don't need you. Like I told him that, not knowing, like not even like caring about how he felt, because I just felt like he was doing so much. So I'm like, he don't care how I feel, so why would I care how he feels? Like I'm going to tell him, like, I don't need you. I can do this on my own. I've been doing this with just my mom and I've been fine. I don't need you until the passing. And I said, I did need you. I did need you in this aspect. I need you in this aspect, and I just did not say anything. So then now you're holding on to the guilt of, I should have said that. I should have said that. So now that's why I'm as blunt as I am possible. Because look, I'm gonna tell you how I feel regardless. If it's ugly, if it's bad, if it's good, I'm gonna tell you. Because of the simple fact, when I did not say nothing, that happened out of nowhere. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? I don't know what to do now. Like I went, just like 2 days ago, I went through my box of stuff, and y'all know I write a lot, and when I went in there was a letter that I wrote to him, and I never gave him, and it was sitting in there, and this is when he was alive and stuff like that, but I never gave him this letter. And I'm reading the letter, and as I'm reading the letter, I'm like, you need to get your act together. I don't know what's going on, and this, that, another, because I'm this age and I'm getting older now, and I'm starting not to need you as much. Because I wanted him to hurt how I was hurting. But you can't do that all the time. Sometimes it just takes a normal conversation, but it's different because you're young, you don't know, stuff like that. But like we talked about earlier, when you invest in yourself and you break that down, you're like, okay, this is what it was. This is why I get upset. This is why I'm triggered by this. This is why I get caught up in my emotions, because I didn't say anything at first. And now this passing happened, I'm like, what do I do now? So I do think, from, coming from a family that my parents weren't married, but I don't think that's bad though. because maybe they didn't have to be married. I think they did enough.
Okay.
The enough was love for there.
Mm-hmm.
The love was there, and the respect was there.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, you can love somebody very hardly, but you know they're not good for you.
And love them from a distance.
And love them from a distance, and that's it. You co-parent, that's it.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't know how to do that because we're stuck on the history of them.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes, that was. I'm over here. I do think that because my parents were married, that had a big effect on me wanting to be married. And a lot of people, I kind of had an equal balance, I think, of the people that at least were relevant to my life in different families, my mom's family, my dad's family, on what marriage is and if it's like a requirement for myself, or if, you know, like you said, sometimes it's not necessary, especially if the love is there. Some people shouldn't be married, you know, that might put a strain on whatever, you know, whatever the case may be. But it definitely did have an effect on my viewpoints. And it also allowed, in my opinion, my family to do things together as a family more than it probably would have if my parents weren't married. So I think I have a different view on what family looks like. People that aren't married, even though like, it's kind of like you said with your parents, like they still had the respect and love like for each other, and they still talked well about each other, and was like, oh, but no, but you need to, you know, respect your dad, you need to respect your mom, blah, blah, blah. They have a bigger, like, how do I explain it? Like ride or die type idea for family. And I like it's more violent in my opinion.
More what?
Violent. It's almost like, you know,
Are you saying like, when you mean like ride or die, do you mean as like no matter what's going on, and I'm gonna make sure my family's tight?
Yes.
And they're not gonna see? Or are you see like,
no, you're seeing it, but you can't show the outside world what's going on the inside. I feel
family
like
was like that.
you know, I think that I kind of got both of that. But them being married, and then us being able to do, you know, things together as a family, I saw the good and the bad. I feel like without that, I probably would have just saw the bad. Because they're still very, you know, well, one of them is still very, it's about image. It's about image.
Yeah, okay, we know who you're talking.
Yeah. But, you know, even when it wasn't about the image, we all lived in the house together. We all did things together. They came home, we all, like for Christmas, I was telling Des and Cam, I was like, oh, y'all want to do gingerbread houses? They were like, what? I was like, you don't do that? They're like, what do you mean? Like buy one? I said, no. Buy the little gingerbread kits and like, you know, one.
The camera died. But you'll see her on the undercover next time. There's a door up in this beach. It's y'all know.
oh wow.
Kimiana and this bitch.
And we out.
Look. See, it's been a minute since I took a trip to the trenches. You think that a young nigga winning? I can be laughing and joking with these little bitches when niggas won't stay on my business. I got the ball in my court, so you know I get busy. Don't got time to sit on no benches. And I tried to give him a pass, but get off your wax. You ain't chasing no dreamy pretending.
This man for 10 years. It has been hell for 9.